Now let's talk about what lawmakers federally and here in Minnesota are currently working on for COVID-19 relief aid. We'll start in St. Paul. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is calling for a special session now. He made it official today to pass COVID relief for small businesses, families, and workers. The session is going to be on Monday, as was expected. The governor is also expected to announce whether or not he will extend his emergency powers by extending the peacetime emergency. The White House is now getting more involved in COVID-19 relief discussions, offering a $916 billion package to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi just last night. This plan adds a $600 direct payment to most Americans. The package includes liability protections for businesses, something Democrats have been against, fearing it would protect large companies who have not possibly acted in the public's best interest. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer called the offer unacceptable. We are joined by Republican Congressman Jim Hagedorn, who's in Washington today. We've got a lot of votes going on, Congressman, but let's talk about what is happening when it comes to COVID-19 relief right now in the House.
Thanks, Betsy. It's great to be with you. I think I'm, like many members of Congress, have been looking for some sort of a package to pass the House and the Senate and to get to the President's desk to help the American people get through this coronavirus pandemic. You know, we've seen a lot of businesses struggle, many of them in southern Minnesota and elsewhere across our state, shut down by our governor. I don't think he's been doing the right thing in that area. But we have these small businesses that are literally going broke. And we need another, $100, $200 billion of paycheck protection money to help them. I just hope we can get it worked out very soon.
The PPP original program, Congressman, was for any small business with 500 or fewer employees. Mm-hmm. Now, will this continue to be the same under the plan that is currently on the table?
I don't believe so. As a matter of fact, Republicans, even before the election, we had a bill on the House floor that we wanted to bring up for vote. The Speaker blocked us. That package was about $138 billion, and that's mostly money that we've had left over from the first round of Paycheck Protection Program money. So, again, I just don't get why we can't get this out there. I think there's vast support for it across the aisle on both sides, and it's just too bad we haven't been able to bring it up for a vote.
Let's talk about the bill that would add more money for defense funding. You are in favor of the NDAA. Talk a little bit about that and where that stands right now.
So I voted for the defense authorization bill last night. I mean, I'm a peace through strength guy going back to the Reagan administration, somebody that believes we need strong armed services, armed forces, modernize our military, give our troops the best weapon systems possible to make sure we deter aggression and other things from our adversaries like China, Russia, North Korea, and also make sure that our troops receive the pay and benefits they deserve. So I think this was a bill that moved, I didn't agree with all of it, but it moved things in the right direction, and it helped us rebuild our defenses. In many ways, President Obama left President Trump with a depleted military, and so I think we're doing good things to try to get back. There's also a provision in the bill that allows small businesses to compete more, especially to become prime contractors on defense and other government contracts. That's a bill that I introduced in the House. It passed the House last year.
With the way things are standing right now, everybody really, and I have to go back to the PPP because our small businesses keep talking to so many of us and reaching out to the media saying we're trying to get a hold of our lawmakers. We're trying to get our message out. We're hurting. We're shut down. And so what is going to be the next step?
Well, I hear them loud and clear. Matter of fact, I've been right on the front lines with them as part of the Small Business Committee and everything else. We have to get them more help. The whole goal was how can we get our small businesses from one side of the coronavirus to the other and retain as many employees as possible and to have those employees paid as much full-time wages as possible throughout. The first step was the Paycheck Protection Program, idle loans and things like that through the SBA. That was very successful, but we have to do more. And what we've seen in Minnesota with these lockdowns, particularly with bars, restaurants, gyms, and other things, it's just been over the top, I believe, by our governor doing this with not based on science. And he's really hurt disproportionately small businesses, mom and pop operations, the big box stores, the big chains, they're doing fine. But then our local restaurants, particularly in border communities, like I represent a lot of border communities, people just go across to Iowa or South Dakota and Wisconsin, and they dine and spend a lot of money, and then our restaurants and businesses are hurting. So we're doing everything we can to bring it up, to get a vote, to get more relief out there, to keep people employed. We don't want to see these small businesses go broke. When they do, they really hurt, especially in our rural and small communities. And of course, it's the livelihoods of so many people that have worked years and years to put those businesses together. So it's very heartbreaking.
I know that you took time out of your day to speak with me, and you have votes that you have to get back to put your vote in. So I appreciate your time as always, Congressman. Thanks.